I've been asked to talk about my hand tools.
Here we go.
And may as well start with the chisels. Well, they're like clamps, aren't they? I don't really have a lot if you think about it. They have different uses. I have beater chisels, mallet work chisels, often called bench chisels, paring chisels, carpenter's chisels and mortise chisels. There are different reasons why and what makes them different. The first is the shape. Carpenter's chisels have high side bevels, which isn't suitable for fine work. The bench and paring chisels have an almost sharp, short side bevel suitable for fine work. The difference in mortise chisels is obvious. They're built like a brick shithouse to lever out stock. Then there's the steel the chisels are made out of. You've got O1, A2, PMV11 and chrome manganese. Chrome manganese is pretty much the same as O1 steel. In general, O1 steel holds a keener edge and is easier to sharpen, but also dulls quicker and means sharpening more often. A2 steel takes longer to sharpen, but you have more of a durable edge that lasts longer. So I use the A2 for mallet work and the chrome manganese O1 for paring work. No idea what the steel of the others are, the carpenter chisels. They seldom get used for much more than cleaning up hardened glue or hinge mortises. The other differences are the primary bevels. The Lie-Nielsen, I don't even know how you pronounce this name, Lie-Nielsen I'm just going to say, came with a primary bevel of 30 degrees and I put a 35 degree secondary bevel, which isn't great for paring work. Acts more like splitting, like a splitting wedge. I should add these cost a hell of a lot of money as well. I don't think I'd buy them again, mainly because they're not metric, they're imperial sizes, which causes you a problem if you're using metric router bits, for instance, and you need to square up a rebate. But nonetheless, in my opinion, the best design, shape, feel. I think the Narex are a great value for money. Narex chisel came with a primary bevel of 25 degrees and I put a 30 degrees secondary bevel on them. Both my paring Narex chisels, mallet chisels, bench chisels, the Lie-Nielsen, I want to change the primary bevel on all of them. I'm going to go lower. The Narex, I want to go to a primary bevel of 20 degrees and a second bevel of 25 degrees. Not only is it the steel that dictates what these chisels do for me, but it's also how they're designed. You've got the socket and the tang design. Now you try smashing a mallet on the Narex one, it's going to smash through the wood. Those of you that have socket chisels, you know this every summer. There you go. And you can still get the handle out if you need to replace it. Now onto my pet hate. It's the most tedious thing to have to do. Sharpening. I use this jig. Doesn't make me any less of a man because I use a jig. All you people who can do that by hand, well done to you. There's two jigs there. One's for chisels and one's for a planer iron. I'm going to have to regrind a new primary bevel. That's usually when the secondary bevel has worked. It's about half its way up the primary bevel. I've had a Tormek, didn't like it, sold it, too slow. I didn't have a Tormek with the diamond wheel. I'll tell you about diamonds in a minute. Like I said, I'm regrinding my paring chisels to 20 degrees primary bevel. Belt, sanded belt on the double-sided down to the planer. That amount of length gets the job done pretty quickly. Remove the burr on the 8,000 stone. Over to the 3,000 stone. I'd halve how many pullbacks I suppose you'd call them on the 3,000. Then move over to the 8,000 and just do 3 or 4 pullbacks. That is it, job done. You can go to a strop if you like. I can't personally feel the difference between a strop and an 8,000 stone. Prior to you ever using a chisel, you should always polish the back. That's really, really important. The back and that primary, secondary bevel meet together. The smoother they are, the sharper that chisel will be. I'm holding this chisel with just my thumb and forefinger and a little steady to get the cut started with my middle finger. Enough said. I should have gone to 20 degrees a long time ago. I wish I had. Look, I mean, ecstatic. Look at that. That is epic. If you have a set of carpenter's chisels, there's nothing to stop you from making them into fine work chisels. What with how well I was pleased with going for a 20-degree bevel on the paring chisels, I thought I'd try a 15-degree bevel on this chisel. The metal this chisel is made out of is like chewing gum. It's so soft. Grinding it took half the time of any of my other chisels. I didn't really notice much more of a difference with that angle on the primary to the 20. I was really trying to just take a hair off. I could do that with a 20-degree bevel. What I did notice though, it did not take long for it to lose its edge. And you'll see right here when the light hits it just right, you'll see in the middle of the chisel, just there, that's rounded over. That's done. Game over, man. If I had my time again, I would buy only this design. I'd buy the 6, 12, 19 to start with, then get the 3, and then the 25mm. Then I'd buy everything in between when you're feeling really flush. I wouldn't get the PMV11 steel for chisels because you sharpen them quite often, and that's too hard to be sharpening often. And to my super fans, Justin Walsh, Peter Davidoff, Jimmy Frick.
Thank you.
My biggest problem with the diamond stones is once you've used them for quite a while, they're not cutting the same as they were before. Who knows what grit they are at? If they stayed at that grit, I'd only use those. The ceramic, I don't have to soak them. What I have to do is flatten them. The water stones, probably already guessed, you've got to soak them before you can use them. So for me, it's the Shaptons. Someone drove into the back of my car recently, so with the insurance money I've treated myself to 2 more stones. I already had the 3,000 stone. I wish it was a 4,000 stone. But they're the 3 stones I'd have. Quite honestly, the 8,000 is the one that's going to be on my bench or near a chisel all of the time. The other 2 are really just for polishing. And that is going to be my, I suppose, sharpening station when I've got to reface a chisel or plane iron. Nice thing is though, I can take that 8,000 grit stone out, leave it on the bench and not have that whole piece in the way. And that's pretty much my routine. I'm using chisels until, like I said before, until that secondary bevel is halfway up the primary bevel. I'll just work like that. Then it's a regrind.